this morning is I want to share with you a vision. I'm going to share two visions, actually. The first one is a vision of the past that I saw back in 1997-98 when I was in Missouri. I was sitting there watching TV about 3 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I woke up from working so many hours a day. And you know, these commercials on TV, you know, support this child for less than a cup of coffee a day. Well, Starbucks put an end to that. Okay? But I looked at that commercial, as asleep as I was, and I said, you know what, I have to do something here. Because I was working a lot of hours, I was very lonely, I was newly divorced, so I get that. Okay? And I thought, I need to do something. So I joined this organization. If I can have picture number 1, please. Some of you remember Afruja Khatun. I did a speech on her several years ago. I supported little Afruja from the time she was 5 until the time she was 19. Now this picture here, she's probably 7 or 8. Picture number 2. She lived surrounded by a desert in India. So my vision, we're okay? That's what happens when you put a computer guy in charge of a computer. So this vision I had of her living in this desert, I thought, you know, maybe one day, you know, we can do something about this area of a desert where people live. After supporting Afruja for a good 18 years, I woke up last week and I say to myself, God, I have this big company that I own called Toastmasters Incorporated. And I have all these employees that work for me, and they know that the company's part theirs because of the visions that you folks had. I could succeed in growing my company of Toastmasters Incorporated. So this vision I want to share with you is very simple. And I want you to come on this journey with me, because we can now, with the technology we provide, take this desert and turn it into a flourishing area for people to live. This is what it looked like when we first got there. We took pictures, several photos, and this is what we saw, and we knew that we can do something better. And when we did that, this is what we brought with us. Okay, that's what they lived in. That's the house that they lived in when we got there. And we asked them, you know, what's it like living there? They had 6 children, 2 parents, an uncle, and an aunt, and I think there was a long-lost cousin who was living with them. All here. So we knew that with the technology we have, that we can provide something better for them, and so we did. This is what happens when you put stuff in order. There you go. We brought water. When you bring water to the desert, things happen. Miracles can happen. And once we brought the water, we intensified it by growing food.
Food.
There you go. See? That's the first plant. We held it in our hand. We took a picture of it for everyone here to see. This can be possible. My vision was not just a vision for myself. It was a vision for everybody. It was a vision that we can share with one another, that we can go out into the world, into areas where people actually, you know, die trying to make a living. But with the technology we have. And I keep talking about technology, but don't get me wrong. This is not about technology. This is about helping our fellow humans. It's not about profits for the corporation. This is not what it's about. I don't care about the profits. We're a flourishing company. We don't need more profits. But we can help more people. And from this little plant, this is what we can get. Fruits. Who likes tomatoes? I love tomatoes. There's nothing like an MLT, lettuce and tomato sandwich. I'm telling you, it's something great. And from here, what we can do, ladies and gentlemen, is we can produce enough food to make the area flourish. Water is ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And everybody knows what's coming next. Where there is water, there is life. And where there is life, we, the ones with the money, the ones with the opportunity, the ones with the hearts, must go to help those that are in need. This is what we can do. This is what we're responsible for. This is what we can bring up with us. From a little faucet, your bottled water. Look at your bottled water. What convenience do we have here? I mean, look at us. We're 7 years old buying a soda pop, a tonic where I come from. And we think, hey, it's the world, it's great. And then we go to good schools, we have good parents, we get divorced, we have heartaches, we have our ups, we have our downs. But we've never had to live in huts made out of clay. We've never had to do that. Nobody in this room ever had to do that. Oh, we visit them. We go to what they call developing countries now. When I was growing up, they were called third world countries. I never understood that. Because all I hear is, oh, you're a first-rate country. You're a third world country. Well, where's number two? What's the second world country? I didn't get that. So now we're called developing countries, and that is why we are here, to help develop those areas that are in need. Once we have this established, this is what we get next. A growing family. They're dressed better, they're eating better, and they're going to school. Look at those faces. Look at hello, how are you? Look at that smile. Is that a Pepsodent smile or what? I mean, look at that. 12 years before that, they weren't smiling like that. They smiled, they had fun, they loved their family. I mean, that's all we really need in life. But everybody wants more, no matter how we look at it. When we want more, we want to give more. When we want more, we can give more. And if we don't give more, that makes us greedy. This is not a greedy company. You all know by the profit sharing that you get, that you bring home. We help each other in this corporation because of your little vision that you had 2 years ago. We now have that school operating. Because of your vision that you have, we have the science center down at the public schools now. These little visions that we all share within our company. Now I'm asking you, look at my vision. Come with me to the desert. Help me bring some water to the desert. A little faucet. A little bottle of water. That's all we need. My sleeves are always rolled up, ready to work. Let's roll our sleeves up. Let's see what can happen when we bring that water to the desert. Here we go. Next is what we get is, look at that home they live in now. Look at that home. That family now lives in this home. Because this is the desert where we first went out 12 years ago. That's the desert that we're going back to finish what we started. This is not just a home, but on the other side of that there's a school. A school well developed with every program, with internet. These children, they're learning things today that they never dreamed possible. Their parents are so proud of them that they want to learn more about their culture, what they did there before they were able to grow fruit, before they could just move away from the hut and move into boardwalk and park place for them. This is what happens when we share visions with each other. We can help one another and we can help the people that need the help in the areas that need the help. This vision of mine, I mean, it can go on and on and on. I don't want to bore you with what I see. I want you to help me control what I see when I can't see it. And I want you to come along with me to the desert because this is one of the results. And after this happens, this is what we get. Hotels. That's Dubai, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not the desert we started developing. That desert's 1,200 miles away. What we developed is the areas where the people who built that won't help their neighbors. And that's my vision. We can help people that need the help who won't get it from their neighbors. And this is what makes me wake up every day. Who can I help next? Do you need some help? Do you need a loan? Let me give you a loan. That's easy. We can all do that. That's not a vision. That's wanting to help somebody. But a vision that I see is the people with the smiles on their faces. It is the aptitude that people carry with them through life that somebody helped me. So in return, they will help somebody else. And in return, they will help somebody else. My little Afruja, when she turned 19, I could no longer support her. That's what the group said. And I thought, well, what do I do now? I need to do something. Well, by the time she grew up, she did graduate high school. She became a tailor. And they asked me if I can send, we don't want to, burden you with a lot of money, but she needs supplies and everything. Can you help her? And I said, well, I don't know, that depends. Because, like his star fell, my star fell. At one time I was $120,000 in debt. 14 years later I was out of debt. But during that time period, it was a whopper, and that's when I was supporting her. That's when I was helping her when I had no money. Because this is how we get blessed. Give when you don't have it. Anybody can give money. Donald Trump can make a donation. It doesn't mean a big deal to him. But those of us that don't have the means to support ourselves here, when we reach out to help somebody in need, those are the blessings that we get throughout life. So our Fruzia is now a grown woman. She's probably 23, 24 now. She's a tailor. She's making clothes. She's making a contribution to her family. And I know in her heart she's going to help somebody because she was helped. I help people because I was helped. And to me, this is what life is. It's about sharing our visions. Once they build something like this in our little area, my vision ends. This is for profit. That's not my vision. My vision is what we saw at the beginning. The smiles on the faces. Who's that?
Yes.
Oh, Lucy! Because now they have TVs over there where we brought a bottle of water, where we brought that little faucet, where we helped this area grow, and they're watching me TV with Lucy. Come, join me in my vision. Mr. Toastmaster.